Okay, so this is the second half of what we were just talking about, really. Real numbers. All right, you with me? Here we go. We are going to talk a little bit about inequalities. Do you know what an inequality is? I know you know. Do you remember what an inequality is? Not equality. Inequality is not equal to. This is when there's four symbols. What does this one say? Less than. Yep, this is less than. This one is greater than. Do you remember the other two? Not equals, but with this equal to. So it's less than or equal to. And then it's greater than or equal to. Okay. So we're going to work with those symbols, putting things in order of what is less than something or what is greater than something or less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Okay. So this is example 4 in the book. I want to know what inequality would compare the numbers the square root of 17 and 4 1/3. Okay, I want to know which one is less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So it's going to be the square root of 17 somehow relates to 4 1/3, and we just need to figure out what symbol goes between them. Does anyone know how you can tell? We're trying to figure out which of those four symbols, which of these four symbols should go in that box to compare them. Okay? Here's what you do. Your calculator becomes your best friend. Okay? You plug it into your calculator. So in your calculator, plug in the square root of 17 and tell me what you get. 4.12310, right? It keeps going. Okay? What is 4 1/3? Do you know what 1/3 is as a repeating decimal? 0.3 repeating, right? And if you don't remember, just plug in 1 divided by 3, and that'll give you the decimal part of it, right? So if you plug in 1 divided by 3, you get 0.3333333. It just keeps going, okay? So what symbol needs to go between those? Less than, right? Because this number is less than this number, which is that number. So we would say, as our answer, the square root of 17 is less than 4 1/3. Okay? Don't write it as the decimals, because the decimals is easy to tell. I want you to write it as whatever they gave it to you as. Okay? So what would it be if I gave you, now this one gets a little bit trickier, because there's negatives involved. The negative square root of 5 and negative 2.23. What symbol would you put between them? Who can tell me what the negative square root of 5 is? Yeah, Denise. Negative 2.2360, did you say? Yes. Okay, and this one is negative 2.23. So as a negative is this one bigger than this one, or this one bigger than this one? What? Are they equal? Are they exactly the same? This one's got that 6, 0 on it, right? So they are different, so they're not equal to. Which one? Is bigger? So square root of negative 5. Here's the thing. Looks like, did I write the right number down? Oh, shoot. I wrote the wrong number down, guys. I meant to do this and negative 2.5. Okay, so here's the thing. This works. This totally works. If you look at your numbers, this number as a positive number is bigger, right? When we look on a number line, so 0, negative 1, negative 2, positive 1, positive 2. When we look on a number line, the bigger the number, the smaller it's actually getting when they're negative, right? So because these are negative, the one that looks bigger is actually smaller, right? So in this situation, if this is negative 2.23 and this is negative 2.2360, this one looks bigger because it has the 6 behind it versus a 0 behind it. So if it looks bigger, it's actually smaller. Okay? So be really careful with negatives. If the negative looks bigger, it's actually smaller than the other number. Okay? Questions on that? Okay, then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put some numbers in order. So this is example 5. We're going to say order these numbers. The square root of 4, 0.4, negative 2/3, radical 2, the square root of 2, and negative 1.5. Okay, so we have all these numbers that we need to put in numerical order. So let's rewrite them so they're all in decimal form. What is the square root of 4? 2. Okay, 0.4 is already a decimal, so we're going to leave that as 0.4. What is negative 2/3? If you don't know, you can plug it into your calculator, right? Negative 2 divided by 3 would be a negative 0. What? 6, 7, or 6 repeating, right? So 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6 keeps going, not in an evil way. The square root of 2 is what? $1.4. We'll say 1.4 for now because that is a big enough difference from anything else. Okay, and then this one is a negative 1.5. So if I want to put these in order, I'm not going to put them in order using the blue. I'm going to put them in order using the red. But the blue is what's going to help me put them in order. Okay, so look at my blue numbers right now. Which one's the smallest? Which one's smallest? Not 0.4. No, you're moving in the right direction, though. Yeah, Faith.
Yeah, negative 0.06.
No. Remember, if it looks bigger, but as a negative, it's actually smaller. Negative 1.5. So this is going to be our first one. Okay, and that one's the same, so that's the beauty of it. We get to use the decimal version. Okay, so that's our smallest number. So this one's gone. What's our next smallest? Now it's the negative 0.6, but we need to use the actual number they gave us. So negative 2/3. Okay, so we don't have any negatives left. Now we need to determine between 2, 0.4, and 1.4. Which one's the smallest? 0.4, which is what they gave us. So 0.4 is how we can write it. Okay, so this one's done. That one's done. Now what? Which is actually what number? The square root of 2. So we're going to write the square root of 2 next, and then the square root of 4. Okay, so make sure you're using the numbers they gave you, but you're going to plug them all in as decimals to tell the difference. Okay, so when we put them in order, this would be our answer. Okay, let's do one more of those, and then we're done. Let's say we have these numbers. The square root of 6, negative 2.1, 2/5, the square root of 1, and 0.43. Okay, so 5 numbers. How do we figure out how to put them in order? What do we have to do? Get what version of them? The decimal version, right? So if it's not a decimal, we need to turn it into a decimal. How do I figure out what the square root of 6 is? Plug it into your calculator. So you're going to plug in the square root of 6, which is 2.449, we'll say. Okay, the second one, you know what? I'm going to rewind that so I can change color so you're looking at them differently. So 2.449. Second one is negative 2.1. That's already a decimal. What's 2 divided by 5? 0.4. What's the square root of 1? Square root of 1 is 1. And then 0.43 is already a decimal. Okay, so we're looking just at the red right now, but we're answering the black. Okay, what is the smallest number? It's the only negative, right? So negative 2.1 would go first. So this one's gone. What's your next smallest? 0.4, which is actually which number? 2/5. So you're going to write it as 2/5. So this one's gone. What's the next smallest? 0.43, which is written as 0.43. So we're good there. Okay, what's next? Which is the square root of 1. And then the last one, square root of 6. So this would be your answer. Okay, putting them in order. You guys need to slow down on the pretzels. Questions on that? Okay, that is it.